internet is for porn.
What are you doing?
Why you think the net was born? Porn, porn, porn.
Please tell me that I'm not an internet boomer, you know that as well. And with that, greetings freaks and folks, this is Vlad the Lad, and today is the reveal of the final champion, which is Ornn. And because I don't have any clue what he's about and what he does, I won't pretend that I do, so let's not lose any more time and jump right into the video right here. Let's go.
Name's Ornn. No further pleasantries needed.
Already love the... what? He's a spell? Excuse me? Okay, so a 5-mana slow speed spell, Ornn's Below Breath. Forge an ally and deal 1 to all units, do it again, create Ornn in deck. This is only a signature card, right? This is not Ornn himself.
Temper the steel, strengthen the
Oh
metal.
no, there he is, for 7 mana. What a weird reveal. What a weird reveal.
Somebody hold my beer.
There's Ornn's Forge. We'll see that in a second.
You're welcome.
Yeah, time dedication. You forge an ally, we already have seen that from one follower.
Right, to work.
An iron will must be forged.
I love his voice. Oh, I love his voice. Facing thralls here. Approaching here again. There's Ornn. There's Ornn. He is a 4/4 with tough. For 7 mana is super expensive. Upon play, you equip me with an exact copy of an ally's equipment of the strongest or the strongest equipment from hand. That's pretty good already. And attack, you forge me twice. So basically another stat stick. And level up, an ally has struck for 10 plus damage. So we can level in hand as well, like the Jax does.
I'm here. Let's get on with it.
Because I don't think he said you have to see this. Yeah, why not?
On your own 2 feet and nothing
A 5/4 scout unit
Hammer never
equipment.
fails. Now
Oh, that's a
this is
dude.
what good looks like. You wanted the
That
god
hammer
of the
dude.
forge, you got him.
Love that. Okay, a 5/5 now. Play equip me with an exact copy of the... we have seen that already. And then attack forge me twice, then summon an attacking Spirit of the Ram with my stats. I guess that Ram is a ephemeral unit with Overwhelm, maybe? Would make sense.
Here comes my molten friend.
Yeah, exactly. There's his molten friend. Oh, that's pretty sick. So because you can level him in hand,
I made this hammer. It was so good I named it Hammer.
In your name, I have rekindled the hearth blood.
yeah, great.
And die, boy. It means nothing anymore.
Rome is on the job.
Secrets hidden by frost.
So you can level him in hand, and it should be easy to have him already leveled when you cast him, right? Or when you play him on 7. And then right away you have that Ram, eventually. We'll see and look into the cards here in a second here, but I think this is how it works.
There's too much celebrating for my tastes.
He's somewhat of a grumpy guy, isn't he? Okay, so we go through this one by one. We have Ornn's Below Breath, which happens to be his signature card, actually, and it said, forge an ally and deal 1 to all units, do it again. So we have seen this with the bombs from... what was it? The Ziggs, right? The Ziggs spell, where you have 2 times damaging the enemy units. And you forge an ally. So you forge twice, and you deal 2, basically a one-sided avalanche, which is really, really strong. Especially because you are in Freljord where you already have avalanche, right? So you have even more AoE removal now, which fits obviously into the region. So you can potentially main deck this, I think, because normally every normal champions from one region you can also main deck this, right? Only the Runeterra champion, you can't main deck the spell from them. And we have Ornn's Forge, which is a 3-mana landmark, and it says when I'm summoned or round start, create a fleeting time and dedication in hand. Alright, so we have seen this with the 3-mana landmark from Ionia, where you have this 1-mana recall fleeting. And this is basically quite the same, where you have time and dedication instead, so you forge an ally as opposed to recall one. And I think this is way more viable than the other one. Monastery of Hirana was the name. And but the time and dedication, it gives you more value, right? For recalling, you don't get any value really. You have to replay something to get value from play effects, from summon effects for the monastery, and for the Ornn's Reforge you have a forge every now and then. For 1 mana focus speed you can give +1/+1 to a weapon potentially, or if not to any follower really, or ally actually. Yeah, Ornn himself is interesting really. Getting to 7 mana is potentially hard to do though. I mean, you have him in Freljord where you can ramp, but I mean, for 1 more mana you can have Tryndamere, who is also pretty good, overwhelmed, thick dude. And this dude is not a overwhelmed dude from the get-go, right? You have to level him in order to get this Spirit of the Ram, where he will give the Ram the stats. And like I thought it would be an ephemeral unit that has Overwhelm, so we can smack the opponent then with an with the leveled Ornn there. Yeah, really hard to rate in a vacuum. Like, I think I have to go into the card pool a little and see how you would build the Ornn. But I mean, this whole Forge archetype looks pretty decent in the early game as well, so I think you may not have a really hard time to get to turn 7 then, especially because you're on Freljord, you have Kindly Tavern Keeper, you have all the heal, right? So it could be the case that you reach round 7 easily with Ornn and the Freljord package. I'm just thinking of Malphite here because he's another 7-drop with tough, right? And he is really slow and you don't really play him, but you have to keep in mind that he is from the target region, right? Where it's sometimes not that easy to have a good early game, and with all these cheap forge units that we have, like the Wizard Smith down here, or the Depth Weapon Smith, and yeah, like the Weapon Smith Apprentice, all these cards are revealed right here. We have the potential to survive the early game and early aggression, have blockers ready, and then heal up in the meantime, using avalanches, using maybe even Ornn's Below Breath to clear the enemy board, and early swarm, and survive that and get to work together with Ornn. I don't know how viable he is though with against a control shell, right? Ornn is mid-range, even more end-game unit, and you want to get him going later down the line, where the enemy control player is online already with his spells and really hard removal, right? So you maybe want to combine him with the region where you can protect him actually, and get him rolling with the Overwhelmed Spirit of the Ram. Also the Half-Blood Mender down here, the 5-mana 5/5 heals your Nexus for 3, right? He is above the Kindly Tavern Keeper, you have even more heal. So the aggro matchup could be doable, but against control or really cheeky elusive tactics, I don't know how viable Ornn will be. Ultimately, we have to wait and see how he turns out. But from the first standpoint, I think he is somewhat too slow for the meta right now, and wasn't really the case that we had a meta that was really slow at all, really, back in the day. So I think Ornn will have a hard time performing, but we have yet to see. And with that all the way, we have covered the last champion. The expansion is around the corner. We are 2 days away from that, and I will definitely build with not Ornn, maybe not the first day, but I will definitely try him out. Potentially Nora, I don't know which champion I will build first. We'll wait and see. If you want to see that as well, you can always subscribe here, and on this side I got another spicy video for you next ready, so go for that, and until next time, you stay legendary. Vlad out.